Hey, it is ClayTrader at ClayTrader.com. In this video, I want to do a walkthrough or a quote-unquote unboxing of the Inner Circle subscription, which is my private trading community, so that you can just see kind of behind the scenes and what you can expect to get if you were to purchase the service. So this is going to be just a walkthrough. Like I said, I'll take you through all the different steps, and that way you can see exactly what you would go through, after you purchase. So on that note, we are now going to assume that you have purchased and that you're ready to log in and get started with everything. So you made the payment. First thing you're going to come up here and do is just click that login box. And then this is hopefully pretty self-explanatory. You're going to enter in your username, you're going to enter in your password, and both of these would have been created during the checkout process. And then when you're done entering those, you just simply click login, and that's going to take you to the account page. So I'm going to enter in my details, and I will pick the video back up after I get logged in. So here is the My Account page. Now there's a couple things I want to quickly just clear up. Because I have access to everything, obviously being the owner, this is not something you're going to see. Now, if you have bought my ClayTrader University package, then you would see this, but for this video's sake, we're assuming that you have not bought anything other than the Inner Circle. So again, you have not bought anything but the Inner Circle. So you wouldn't see that. And the other thing you would not see is down here, you can see the courses. So you would not see any of this stuff either. Now, if you bought some of the courses, so let's say maybe you just bought, let's just say Mastering Level 2, then that course would show up. But because, I have access to ClayTrader University, that gives me access to all the courses, which you can see down here. But assuming that you've only bought the Inner Circle, this is what you would see right when you log in, and that'd be the only thing here. So you wouldn't have any of this other stuff. And then you can see right here, you got the start here. You have, directions on if you would like to cancel your membership. And then you have frequently asked questions down here. So let's just click on the next thing right here, and this will take us to, just getting started. So now we're on the actual Inner Circle page. We're not on the account page anymore. If you want to go back to your account page, you can always do that right there. But just, welcome to the Inner Circle. And I put this big stop sign here because I want you to read this stuff because this is all very important. As I say here, I take it very seriously that you've paid me money. So I have structured an environment that is very rules based, and it's something where as long as you're talking in the right place, there's something for everybody. But I want this to be as organized as possible so that everybody's got the best opportunity to pull profits from the market. So there's three different things that you can kind of look at right off the get-go. We have the member forums that you could check out. We have the newsletter. And then, of course, if you want to kind of finagle with your account settings, get an avatar up, change your alias, anything like that. But those are going to be the three key areas that you can check out. And we will look at those. We're just going to focus on the newsletter and the actual chat room because I found out that's what most people are interested in. And then when you scroll down here, you're going to have the live chat rooms. So that's going to be, we have three of them. We have the over one, so any stocks over $1, the under one, and then the Traders Lounge. And this is where the majority of the activity takes place because this is where random talk is okay. In both of these chat rooms, it's all about alerts. There's not any general discussion. There shouldn't be any joke cracking. If you want to crack jokes and all that sort of stuff, you can just come over here to the Traders Lounge. And what most people do is just open up a couple different tabs, and that way they can have the chat rooms available up at across the top of their browser, and then just quickly click back and forth amongst between them. So that's what the majority of people do. Because sometimes there's not going to be nothing going on in the market, right? It's going to be slow times. Think about lunchtime when things kind of slow down. So that's when a lot of people come over to the lounge and hang out. And then the other thing you're going to see is a video down here for me where I just explain the different chat rooms. So I kind of just gave you the walkthrough right here, but I explain exactly how the rooms work, what times they open, all that sort of stuff. So this is kind of like a welcome video that just does explain a little bit more behind the scenes. So let's first just come up here, and the one thing that comes is the newsletter. So the newsletter is sent out on a weekly basis. But if you don't want to check your email or whatever, you can just hop right here, and you can see we have an archive of all the newsletters that have been sent out. So if you want to go back and look at past ones and just see how things have played out, then you can do that. But like I said, it comes out every Saturday morning, sometimes late Saturday, or I should say early Saturday afternoon. But it's always on a Saturday. And this is it's got different setups and all that where you can day trade them, you can set up swing trades. It really depends on your personal strategy. So there's no right or wrong way to play the charts, but let's just click on this one right here so you can see exactly what they look like. So here's one where we have some sets or charts, and I put up my annotations up there, and you can just kind of see how that works. And then I put a couple of special ones down there for those people that have purchased that course. But that's what you can expect from the newsletter, just some scans, and then, like I said, annotated charts that show how that all works out. So we'll go back here to the main page here. And now let's check out the actual chat room. So for this, we'll first just start in the over one pit. So let's let this load up. So here we go. And I should note that the time of this video is it's basically kind of lunchtime on a Friday afternoon. So pretty slow, but actually, good timing. So a new alert just popped up right there from a member. So you can see right there that one just popped up. But this is what the chat room looks like. And this one, like I said, isn't too active just because it's the alerts room. There's no side discussions that should be taking place. And in the morning, it's going to be a lot more active when the market first opens. But this one is just nice and clean. As you can see, there's no clutter. There's nothing. It's just ticker symbol, everybody making quick, concise alerts. And that way, it's a very straightforward environment. A lot of chat rooms I've seen, you have alerts and then you have conversations, and everything gets mixed together with all sorts of clutter. It's just disorganized, and it's not very easy on the eye to quickly look and see what's going on. So, that's the over one pit. And like I said, most people just open up another tab. That way you can flip back and forth. But for the sake of this video, I'll just show this. But now we'll check out the lounge. And this one's going to be where just general conversation takes place. You can see we have, so right here, general conversation, perfect. Somebody's posting a picture, it looks like, of their truck. And this is where we just have a good time. We joke around. We talk stocks. We talk options. We talk Forex. We talk, whatever's going on. We welcome new people. You can see your people post pictures. And I'll just type something right here so you can see how it works. I'll crack a joke. And you just hit enter and they pop up right there. I'm not sure how many people are actually around right now, just because, like I said, it is Friday afternoon. So that's just a routine kind of slower period. Over here, you can see that we have a chart that is real time. So you can just kind of keep an eye on what's going on within the overall market. And down here you can attach a picture. There's other ways to attach pictures. You can do your funny little faces and all that sort of stuff. But that is how the chat room works. And you can scroll back. So if you were to do this, and then if you want to see more messages, just click right there, and then you can go back more. And you can just see it's just kind of general conversation. Looks like somebody's put a new. So right there, somebody's just replied to my message right there. And I can tell, like I said, it's Friday afternoon because usually this would be getting a lot more wise guy type remarks to it, but people are off eating lunch, doing who knows what. But that's that's what the lounge looks like. And like I said, this is just pure randomness. As you can see, just things about anything and everything. So another message. So see, there's an attempted joke. And the cool thing is, we really do get to know each other here. Do you have to hang out in the lounge? No, you don't have to, but it's a tight-knit community. We're welcoming to anybody as long as you speak up. Some people just want to sit in the background and lurk and just observe, and that's perfectly fine too. But as long as you're not coming in and trying to throw some hot penny stock pick at us, then things are it's just a normal type of group. But yeah, if in terms of pumping and all that sort of stuff, that's not going to really fly too often. So, that's really what it is. The chat rooms, I'll go back to the home page here. So you have the chat rooms, there's 3 different ones there. And then you have the newsletter and forums. But again, forums are definitely not, the primary thing where people communicate. The big communication happens in the chat rooms and then via the newsletter to get those scans. It's a very simplistic, it's a very, I think, straightforward way to kind of cruise around. But that is what you're going to get. And again, it's $99 for 12 months. And I see it all the time, $99 per month, $50 per month. No, it's $99 for 12 months. So $99 a year. And I think I know it's more than fair. And, I think that That it's a situation where, you know, if you put in an effort, to get to know people, to network and all that sort of stuff, I think it's well worth it. So that wraps it up. I'm trying to kind of stall and think if I missed anything, but I've covered the newsletter. I've shown you the chat rooms and how they work. And, you know, like I said, everything is explained. So it's not like you're expected to know up or to, right when you show up to know everything. Everything is, you know, explained within the rules and then the video down there. So any questions or anything, leave those in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to answer those for you. And, you know, like I said, I just want to show you exactly what you're going to get, so there's not any sort of kind of mystery or anything in terms of, well, what exactly is going to happen after I, you know, submit my payment to this guy. So this is what's going to happen. This is what you're going to see and what you're going to have access to. So hopefully this helps. And if you do have any questions, like I said, just leave a comment down below. Thank you for watching.